A very good afternoon to one and all. My name is Praveen Kumar and I'm currently pursuing BTech final year at IIT University. So today I want to make a practical demonstration about my recent project, build an auto email responder with n8n and Ollama. Okay, let's deep dive into the objective and tech stack and along with the system architecture and design. Okay, coming to the objective, we need to build a fully local private AI email autoresponder. And I have used n8n for workflow automation and for Olam and AI and Ollama for on-device LLM inference. Okay, so why we are using this project? I mean, why I have built this project is creating powerful privacy-preserving AI system that operate without cloud dependencies. I mean, without using APIs like OpenAI's API or Gemini API in this era of data sensitivity and raising API costs. Yeah, why local AI? Mean, I have already told you privacy. Our data is never sent to the third-party service. This is crucial for applications handling sensitive personal information. Cost: running local models eliminates API call costs and control and customization. I mean, we can customize the model as ever we want. Means we can fine tune the model for specific tasks and offline capability. The models which are downloaded through Ollama can run offline. I mean, without internet, they can be run on our device. And coming to the core technologies and the n8n, the automation engine, we already know n8n will be used for automation. Mean we will be creating a workflow where it consists of some nodes, and the nodes will be executed, and this automation will happen. And yeah, coming to the nodes, in each node in n8n represents an action or application. So for this project, I will be using reading emails. I use IMAP and making HTTP request to the Ollama, and coming to the logic, there will be multiple condition if the email is coming from the other person or the email is coming from itself. So that we need to handle the condition also. We will be using if node, and sending emails we will be using SMTP node. And workflow. A workflow is nothing but a collection of connected nodes and triggers. A trigger is a special node that starts a workflow. Our trigger will be IMAP node, which is the starting position, so it will be activated whenever a new mail receives arrives. Credentials. n8n will be securely store our credentials. We need to be just just keep our passwords secure. So we don't need to be hardcode our secrets into the workflow. Yeah, coming to the our local LLM server, we are using Ollama, uh, which will be helpful for local inference and API endpoint. It provides an consistent API endpoint with running port number at 11434. And model management, for this particular project, we have used Ollama Llama 3, Llama 3, which is from Meta, and which is an 8 billion parameterized model. And for Docker and Docker Compose, ensure that this project can be run at any system architecture and design. Yeah, coming to the first step, the whenever a new mail arrives, n8n container, which is our n8n workflow, the first node in the workflow is IMAP trigger. So whenever an mail arrives to the IMAP, it triggers and executes the if node. I mean, loop prevention. If the email is valid, send the format prompt node, and HTTP request node will be sending that node to the Ollama server, our local LLM server, and it will be generating then response, and again it's sent back to the server. I mean, HTTP request node. It is again faster response will be sent to the SMTP send node. Here SMTP will be used for sending the reply to the mail that received. Our AI will reply to the mail. So that's why we are here. Each step will be send email reply email server. So this is our architecture. And okay, coming to the Docker Compose file, there will be two services mainly. One is n8n and another one is Ollama. So we are downloading the image of the n8n, and container name we are setting it into the n8n responder. And coming to the ports, there will be two ports. One is host port and another one is container port. Host port means the mission's port. I mean, the browser will be sending request from 5678, and the port listening to the 5678 is inside the container. Yeah, we are setting the volumes. Volumes can be used to store data whenever the containers are removed and again removed, adding, so that the data will not lost. It will be stored in the volumes outside of the container. They will be stored. Wait a minute. And health check, we are testing with CMD shell for interval. For every 30 seconds we need to be retry for 3 times. And Ollama service will be downloaded using the image Ollama column Ollama latest, and we are setting into the Ollama responder as a name, and network as the AI responder network. So we are creating a network in the Docker. Inside the Docker, there will be private network will be created. We are naming it as AI underscore responder underscore net. Yes, for communication between the networks, we are setting a custom driver and we are naming it as bridge. And we need to set an .env file uh, with your local host. And I'm up here for this servers. I'm using Gmail as an example. Okay, let's deep dive into the practical execution. You can check the logs of this container. So this I mean, the model will be run faster on the GPU based laptops. So since it's a CPU based laptop, the hardware is not supposed to run fastly compared to the GPU version laptops. So it will take some time. So we have set the port number as 5678. Wait a minute. Since it's a CPU based laptop, there will be some performance issues. Yeah, as I already mentioned, instead of creating an HTTP request node, I have created a code node so that it can be run faster than the HTTP request. The main problem I faced was, let me show you. So by default, n8n workflow will be executed under 30, I mean 3 minutes, but this local AI, which is running completely based on CPU based laptop, will taking more amount of time, nearly 36 seconds. So that's why, not 36, nearly 8 minutes or something. So that's why I have created a node in instead of this HTTP request node. Okay, for this purpose, you need to set the. You can add some nodes like by clicking the plus button. You can search for email node. Okay, you need to search for IMAP. Yes. So for this purpose, you need to. I have already created the workflow, but coming to your side, you need to create your credentials. I mean, you need to create a new mail. For example, I have created a mail with praveen.a.responder. So in the same way, you have to create your mail with your credentials and set the password when the two-factor authentication was on. Let me delete this. So we need to set the method post. I mean, HTTP request method will be post means sending the request. Get request get method means getting the request from the server. So authentication type will be none, and we need to send the body parameters also. For example, the model name we have used Llama 3, which is from Meta's 8 billion parameters, and the prompt we are going to be send the prompt how a model should respond. So I have created a prompt. You are a professional and helpful email assistant. So likewise, you need to create a prompt, and another body parameter is name stream value will be false. Let me tell you with an real-time example. ChatGPT responses for your queries word by word. So in that purpose, the model will be taking a lot of time. Stream false means it will be giving all the response at a time instead of creating word by word. So this is an if block. If the condition is true, we'll be sending the request to HTTP request node, and again reply to the mail using the SMTP node. So for this purpose, I have created my own new email, Praveen dot a dot responder at the rate gmail.com. So whenever email occurs, there will be multiple emails. We need to set the two email. I mean, whatever mail comes from other mail, we need to reply to that mail, and again we need to add the subject and text. Reply to the message ID. We need to include the message ID also. I will also show you the with an example. Okay, in my laptop it will be taking a lot of time, so let me use the code. And this is my own mail, Praveen number 2006. Let me create a mail. Okay, we'll be creating. So for testing purpose, I am creating a. The mail was sent. So the so for the first time, I'm starting the execute workflow, but after some time, the email trigger will be done, and it works when a email is received. Okay, it may be taking some time. Let me check the Docker logs. Yes, it started. Within time, we'll be checking other. So this is the detailed work data flow work breakdown. Email arrival. An external email is sent to the address I have configured. So in this case, I have configured with this Praveen.ai.responder and at an IMAP trigger, which is constantly polling the IMAP server. Constantly polling means it's continuously listening to the IMAP server. So it detects a new mail and starts its execution. And loop prevention, the first crucial step is an if node checks that. So why we are checking, I mean, conditional node. It might check if the sender is the same as autoresponder's address or if the subject line already contains our auto reply tag. For example, if the subject contains auto auto reply, it needs to be prevent. Why we need to prevent that? This prevents infinite loops where your bot returns to its own replies. And I already show you how a prompt is set away. And the Ollama API call, we are set it in the HTTP request node, and LLM inference means Ollama receives the request and passes the prompt to the loaded LLM. In this case, we are using Llama 3 and generates a response. So the HTTP request on the n8n receives the JSON response from Ollama, and a subsequent node executes the actual text content. I mean, the response generated from the Ollama will be sent back and workflow completion. Okay, let me create another mail. Select subject will be string. So for example, in this purpose, we are creating a mail. So the IMAP credentials we need to be set that. These are the settings that need to be done for an IMAP server. I mean IMAP node. Yes, the mail was triggered, and the code in the JavaScript will be evaluated, and the email reply will be sent to our mail. You can create a complex workflows in the n8n. There will be different types of nodes. You can search for your purpose, or you can read the documentation of this n8n. Yeah, we have changed the node so that yeah, the node is executed successfully. Let us check the response. Yeah, we have to request a 5-day leave. Please submit a formal leave to HR. So in this way, the email will be responded. So that's the overall workflow. For my system, it is since it's a CPU based, I have created a code. So I have created a JavaScript code about what need to be sent and from mail and to mail, and the prompt that should be added here. Your reply should be full. So that's it. This is the project. Thank you.